Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to cover two topics and I'm going to cover them simultaneously because I think they go hand in hand. Now you can comment in the bottom, tell me I'm wrong, and by all means we can have a discussion about it. You can get a hold of me on Discord, tell me I'm wrong, and we'll have a discussion about it. I don't care. But my opinion is these two things will go hand in hand. Imposter syndrome and motivation. So before I continue, hit that subscribe button. All right. If you don't hit that subscribe button, you can't keep up with me, and you're not going to be able to follow along in all my other videos. So please subscribe, get notified. Now, continuing on, how do imposter syndrome and motivation go hand in hand? Let's really think about that. So, imposter syndrome, if we want to truly look at it, is believing you don't belong. All right. And how do we get away from that? How do we really feel that we don't truly belong in what we're doing? And what can get us away from that? Now, you may have accomplished a lot in your life or in your career, or maybe you haven't accomplished a lot. You're just getting started, especially in cybersecurity with how much it changes. I did 13 years in the military. I have been studying cybersecurity since probably 2004, give or take a few years. And I have certifications on my wall that show I know what I'm talking about. I'm missing one because it hasn't come in the mail yet. But even still, I doubt myself sometimes. I doubt my abilities. I feel like I don't belong. I feel like a fraud. Like maybe I shouldn't be here. So what I do is I find my motivation in who I've helped, right? So people who seem further along in their careers than I come to me for advice or come to me and ask for help or ask for an idea or a possibility. And then people that aren't so far along in their careers come to me and they say, hey man, I'm struggling with A, B, and C. And if I can give them the answer, which, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, depends on if I actually know what they're talking about, then I find motivation in being able to do that. While at the same time, I turn around, I look at my wall. Now, some people look at this wall and they may think of it as bragging. They may think of it as, not being humble, whatever the case may be. And you can go into offices, doctor's offices, psychiatrist offices, chiropractor offices, and you see degrees, you see everything. And for me, this is my motivation. It shows me I know what I'm doing. SANS is one of the best learning institutions that I've ever been through, right? So I've been through SANS. I've been through InfoSec Institute. I loved InfoSec Institute. Keytron Evans, amazing instructor, taught me so much and still to this day, one of my mentors that I reach out to. I reach out to Lee Baird. Lee Baird, one of the best when it comes to bash scripting that I've come across. Now, mind you, there may be someone better, there may be somebody worse, but Lee Baird, who wrote the Discover scripts to build into Backtrack, right? So they originally called the Backtrack scripts back on Backtrack 4, maybe, I think, when they came out. And then now they're the Discover scripts with Kali. This man is a genius when it comes to bash scripting. And even he's made mistakes, but being able to talk to him, see where he's going, see what he's doing, and look at his scripting and being able to read it and be like, okay, hey, I think we could change this. Or, hey, this broke, but it broke here. Can we fix this? And seeing those things helps me out and lets me know that I still know what I'm doing, right? That I'm not an imposter. So that's where I find my motivation. Not only helping others, not only my certifications, but combined, right? Certifications can only get you so far, right? So they're a piece of paper, and let's be honest, they're a piece of paper, just like a degree in these days. It's a piece of paper that says at one time you knew what you were doing. Now I still study cybersecurity. I still study policy, procedure, offensive security, blue teams, SIM architecture. MDR solutions, EDR solutions, anti-malware, you name it. I'm trying to research it and keep up with it, and it is very difficult, and that's why a lot of people specialize. But given who I am, I can never just stop at one thing. I have to keep going. So when you're looking for your motivation, when you're looking to get out of your head and get away from your imposter syndrome, look at where you came from, right? So where did you start out? Did you start out at the bottom, right? So did you start out in IT, help desk, system administration, networking, network engineering, or system administration, system architect, and migrate to cybersecurity and InfoSec? Or maybe you started out in a completely different career field. Maybe you started out in, I don't know, you were shoot, maybe you worked at a grocery store. Maybe you were a nurse. Maybe you were an artist. Maybe you were a musician. Maybe you were, dude, let's go off the deep end and say maybe you were a basket weaver. Who cares? But instead of going through IT first, you came into cybersecurity. All right, so what got you here? Why did your passion, why did your love for your job change? All right, and what do you want to do as a career? Did you get here to make a career for yourself that you love, or are you here for the money? So, you know, if you love what you do, if you love your job, if you love your career, then it's very easy to find your way out of imposter syndrome and find your motivation again. Find that love, find that passion for what you do. Because you either have a degree or certifications or people who will come to you and ask for advice. Sometimes it's all three. I'm lucky enough that I have all three. So when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling like I'm in the wrong place, I'm not gonna lie. I'm on Discord, and if somebody says, "Hey, I'm struggling with this," and I can lead them down the right path, I'm all about it. All day. If I am on Slack and a contact reaches out to me and says, "Hey," or maybe I found something, and so I reach out to somebody on Slack and I say, "Hey, I found this. I'm getting this error. Do you know what it is, or should I look into it?" I'm more than happy to look into it and figure it out because I want to learn. So that gets me out of my head. That lets me know that I can read this, I can figure it out, I can find the problem, and I can help fix it. So find that motivation within you. Find your way out of your imposter syndrome. Look at where you've come from. Look at where you're at, and see your goals that you have, because you're not going to reach your goals if you lose all motivation and you're stuck in your head. So find your motivation again. Find your center. Find what has got you this far. Look at how far you've gotten. And then keep pushing on. Drive, right? Keep pushing. Because it's that ability to show that drive, show that passion, show that love that will get you to that goal. All right? So if you ever doubt yourself, if you ever have a reason to doubt yourself, by all means, reach out to me. I put all the contact information that is publicly available, I have in the description down below. Reach out to me. I will talk to you. I will figure out what's going on, and I will tell you that you're either wrong or you're right. I'm not gonna BS you. I'm not gonna tell you the everything's all rainbows and unicorns. I'm gonna tell you the facts. So please, stay out of your head. Find your motivation. Find your love. All right? Cybersecurity is something you have to be passionate about. You can't be in it for the money. And you need to love it because it's constantly changing, constantly evolving. So it's very easy to fall into imposter syndrome. It's very easy to feel like you don't belong because things change. But as long as you still keep that passion within you and that willingness to learn and to grow, you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. You're going to succeed. Just believe in yourself. Find your motivation. My motivation are the people I help and their certificates behind me. I don't find motivation in money. I don't find motivation in my job as far as, being in imposter syndrome. My job doesn't do that because sometimes your job can force you to have imposter syndrome. What I find my motivation in is those that I can relate to, those I can talk to, and the things that I've accomplished so far. and the goals that I have going forward. So do the same thing for you. Write down your goals. Write down what you've done. Write down your goals and what you need to achieve those goals. And I guarantee you'll find the motivation to keep continuing. Now, if financial is a problem, find a way around it. Find your fix. If you gotta save money, if you gotta do a GoFundMe, find your motivation and don't let anything stop you from reaching your goals. Because until you reach those goals, you're gonna keep coming back to being stuck in your head. One goal at a time. Get there. And I guarantee you, you will be all right. You will live a happy and successful life. I'm not going to say you're not going to fall back every once in a while. Like I said, even I do. You're not going to get in your head and think, man, I don't belong. I just don't belong here. It's not for me. We all go through it. But then look back at where you were, where you started, and where you're at now. Because that's what's important, is where you're at and where you're trying to get to. That will give you the motivation. So, I love you all, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, whatever it is for you. Enjoy your time, enjoy your life, and please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you need something. If you need motivation, if you need a mentor, if you just need something, reach out. Everything is always in my description. So, I say again, please subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter, find me on Discord, you name it. I will give you all the resources I can find. So, have fun. Enjoy cybersecurity. Enjoy your career path, whatever it may be. I love you. Take care. I'm out.